On the day of the operation, they dressed up like special forces. First, they used roadblocks to stop the armored truck, and casually jammed all signals within a 10-mile radius. Those security guards on their measly salaries had never seen anything like this before. They were disarmed before they even knew what hit them. But here's the kicker. The crew put on the guards' uniforms, and strutted right into the mint like they owned the place. But the real show was just getting started. They had it all figured out. The British ambassador's daughter was scheduled to attend an event that day. The professor called her the Little Lamb. This wasn't just grabbing some random hostage. Nabbing her meant they had the police by the throat. The moment the Little Lamb walked in, the whole plan kicked off like dominoes falling. With just a flick of his finger, Rio shut down the entire mint's alarm system. Berlin and his crew, dressed as guards, slipped into the core area. Tokyo was even more audacious, heading straight for the most heavily secured entrance. When the gunshots rang out, the whole mint turned into absolute chaos. But this crew worked together like clockwork, as if they'd rehearsed it hundreds of times. In no time flat, they herded everyone into the main hall, including the British ambassador's daughter as their hostage. Once the doors slammed shut, the real show began. The demolitions expert grabbed a cutting torch and sliced through the vault door in just minutes. When this crazy crew saw piles of cash, they were definitely excited, but their ambitions went way beyond that. Meanwhile, the bearded guy pulled communication lines out of a toilet and set up a secret network with the professor. Now even if the FBI was listening in, they couldn't figure out what they were saying. But their next move was the real masterstroke. Even though they could have made a run for it, they deliberately hit the alarm button instead. This reverse psychology move left all the hostages completely stunned. Tokyo and Rio went outside to put on their act, even dumping bags full of money on the ground to make it look like they were trapped by the police. Then suddenly Rio got shot and went down. This drove Tokyo absolutely crazy. When Love Brain kicked in, there was no stopping him. He grabbed his weapon and started going at it with the cops. A burst of bullets later, and the people in the police car went silent. Tokyo, eyes blazing red, dragged Rio back into the mint, crying his heart out. But the rest of the crew's faces went white as sheets. This was nothing like the plan they'd agreed on. If the cops outside were really hurt, the SWAT team would storm the place in a heartbeat, and their carefully orchestrated scheme would completely fall apart.